Hello, this is Devdatta Chaudhary from Watson University for the first podcast on our Digital Innovation in Learning podcast series. I am very privileged to have uh, Laura Matheson from Conestoga College, who is the Director of Sustainability in the campus. And I also have Dr. Michael Quarterman, Professor at Conestoga College of Business. So our objective today is to talk about sustainability initiatives, and try to see how sustainability initiatives in terms of mm, curriculum, in terms of education, also in terms of how we can create a green campus, a net zero campus. Many in Watson are aware that Watson University has a net zero target of 2030. We are targeting 2030, and we are here to learn from the experience of an institution which has been in the sustainability journey far ahead of us. So this is the objective, and this is where we want to progress. And to that effect, we will start the discussion with the first question to Laura about what is the sustainability strategy of the institution? How do you want to see what are the objectives of the sustainability journey, and what is the strategy you have adopted? Over to you.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for having us. And we're both very pleased to be here today and to share some information about our journey towards a more sustainable campus here at Conestoga College. So I think in terms of our sort of strategic plan around sustainability, it really starts at the corporate strategic plan, where we have three overarching goals as an institution. So quality, capacity, and sustainability being our third. So our commitment to sustainability, and that's a holistic treatment of sustainability, like very comprehensive. So the triple bottom line. So people, the planet, and prosperity are kind of our overarching goals. And those are woven in again to the corporate strategic plan. And then more recently, we've been working to develop a sustainability action plan at the institution. And so that's a plan, again, focused on a comprehensive treatment or a triple bottom line treatment of sustainability. And we've organized sustainability at the college into four primary domains, recognizing that they intersect and they're mutually sort of interdependent on each other. But those are leadership, community, operations, and academics and research. And then that's kind of like our overarching framework for how we pursue sustainability at Conestoga. And that's a plan that is still in progress, but we hope that it will be released at the institution within the coming months, and give us a bit of a North Star as we all continue to work towards a more sustainable institution.
Right, right. Uh, if I may ask you, what has been the journey so far, and what has been the focus areas? Because sustainability, when we understand, it's a huge area. So there are several things to take care of. What has been the key focus over the last 2 years, and how has been the journey, and what do you want to achieve in the, say, coming 2 to 3 years?
Yeah, that's a great question. And I think, at Conestoga, sustainability really began, at least in a formal sense, sustainability really began in the facilities area, in our operations. And there were a lot of incredible initiatives coming out of this area with regards to like waste management and water management, energy management. We have an ambitious goal of a greenhouse gas reduction of like net zero by 2050 in alignment with the Paris Agreement. So there was a lot of great work, for years and years, like spanning past 2 years ago, but taking place in that area. And then, again, in a more formal sense, in the School of Business, we a couple of years ago joined the United Nations Prime Initiative, which I believe your institution belongs to as well. And that was a great way to really engage more faculty and like a broader audience in sustainability initiatives at Conestoga. And I think it really helped us to build traction to expand our sustainability efforts, again, more fulsomely across the entire institution. So where I think a lot of this work kind of started again in facilities and operations, now we've really recognize that we can do a lot more and that sustainability is certainly well beyond the facilities department. As I said before, like leadership, community, academics, and research will be big focus areas for us coming up. And I say all this again too, like this is in a formal sense. I think informally, there's so many sustainability champions across Conestoga that we're doing great work in alignment with sustainability for years. And now we're just formalizing that. We're anchoring it into like the core mission and vision and values of the institution. Just again, to kind of give us that North Star as we move forward.
And I think one thing that I've noticed is that sustainability was almost under the blankets. A lot of people doing their own thing, and the initiative, starting with crime and the great work Laura has been doing on actually breaking down silos into a more of a corporate or a college-wide plan, is just bringing to light a lot of work that people have been doing and giving them more focus and encouragement to carry on and do more and do better. So I think there's a lot of thinking that says don't underestimate what is going on that we don't see with individuals, and how can you at the same time give them a framework or an avenue or an outlet to share those ideas and bring it into more focus for colleagues. So I think that is a great outcome of the work that is being done.
Okay. Sustainability has several dimensions, as I mentioned, and as all of you mentioned. So let me bring in Professor Waterman here in this discussion. And how have you incorporated sustainability in your curriculum and in your education system? And has it been transversal? Are there standalone courses, or has it been transversal? And how has been the journey so far?
So I think one of the key things with sustainability is we don't want it owned by any one person or one group. And so it's how do you encourage everyone to take their piece of it. And so through curriculum, one of the challenges that we have given to professors is to redo their course outlines to include at least one sustainability outcome as part of what they are teaching, and then how do they incorporate that into their course material over a teaching term. And that, other than the idea that we want to have a sustainability related outcome in course material, it's then been left up to the professors on the best way to do that, because sustainability will impact each course or have a different angle in each course in a different way, and trying to find that meaning. So, for example, in marketing, you may talk about sustainability and greenwashing. In finance, you may talk about how do you account for the social impact of the non-tangible value that sustainability actions bring, along with the areas that you can account for in gas reduction, waste reduction, and moving away more from non-financial measures and engineering. It may be what's sustainable building alternatives. And so every program is going to have a different approach, even through to our healthcare programs that are teaching about sustainable practices in healthcare. So I think a lot of the professors have been doing great work on just trying to reimagine their courses and how sustainability can be woven into their curriculum, and it's on a professor by professor basis that happens. And then we have support tools. If they need ideas, we have modules that have been put together by other faculty that professors can access and bring into their course shelves, and so it's gained a lot of traction by bringing it down to that individual level by course, I think.
So the next question is to both of you. So you may answer in any sequence as you like. What are the key matrices to track the achievement of sustainability measures in both taking up sustainability ventures within the campus as well as sustainability initiatives in terms of curriculum integration and delivery of curriculum? So there are two angles. One, what we do for green campus initiative, and other thing what we do in terms of creating awareness and creating a future generation which is highly engaged with the sustainability initiatives. So what are the key matrices you track, and how do you measure the progress of your initiative? Any sequence you like, whoever wants to start.
Sure. Mike, do you want me to start?
Sure, that'd be great.
Sure. So I think with a lot of the facilities-led sustainability initiatives, much of it's around compliance as well. So there's lots of different rules and regulations that we need to follow. So of course we're tracking in alignment with those rules and regulations, tracking and sharing our progress. And you can see on our website we have a lot of documentation, it's illustrating where we are in our journey towards net zero, wastewater energy, and those KPIs are all there. And then a more sort of, again, as I've mentioned, as we move towards a more robust and holistic treatment of sustainability, we'll have other ways of measuring our progress. And so, for example, we will be measuring progress utilizing the HE STARS framework. So we'll be starting that journey this year and using that to, again, track like our leadership, our academics, our research, or other contributions to sustainability. With the forthcoming sustainability plan, we're also committing to sharing our progress against those 27 actions on an annual basis. So we'll be, again, sharing that with the external audience, the internal audience as well. And then much like your institution too, as a member of Prime, we share our progress through the SIP report on I think it's every 2-year cycle now. So we have that as well. And then we're also working towards just, having some live dashboards, and we're hoping to work with some of our students and different programs across the college to develop some more, again, just ways that we can be sharing our progress, maybe in a kind of more immediate way as well, through our website and other channels too. So yeah, lots of ways that are underway that we'll use to share our progress.
Right.
And I should go back and just explain. Conestoga College is a polytechnical institute, and we have about 7 different campuses spread out across the Waterloo region and in the greater Toronto area in Milton. And so again, this makes it challenging for initiatives to ensure consistency across all of these campuses. But the main goal that I think the college is working towards is zero greenhouse gas emissions by 2025. And so there's a couple, 2050. And there's a couple of key buckets like energy efficiency, where they might be looking at geothermal fields. Solar panels is a major push, and building automation systems, utility submetering, LED lighting, different building accreditations like LED, and then reporting on energy consumption across all of those areas. Another focus is waste management, and they are conducting waste management audits and have reduction plans in place. And just adding in the recycling bin source separation by people of paper, plastic, general waste, things like battery recycling, e-waste, um, furniture reallocation programs. So there's a program where staff can get used furniture for free from the college. So upcycling a bit. Um, and so looking at all of these different type of recycling programs. In the transportation area, part of TravelWise or smart travel programs in the different regions. So these incorporate the transit system, making bus passes as part of student one card, so they can access regional transit, tools to help carpool, um, and some emergency ride home benefits. We have our shuttle services. We have um, uh, Conestoga College vehicles that are EV vehicles, adding EV charging stations. So that's another key area. Uh, Water conservation is another area that we look at. Again, how do we manage water discharge, um, filtration, and keep track of water usage. And the final area I would say that the college is looking at is biodiversity, which I think is an area in sustainability that is not talked about enough. But how do we have landscaping or greenscaping that includes pollinator gardens, naturalization initiatives in new buildings, green roofs. And one of the fun things we like to talk about is our flock of sheep that have joined the college staff. Um, and what's called solar grazing. And we use that in around the solar panels to manage the growth. So that's a kind of a neat initiative. And then this carries through to construction and planning, and using sustainable materials, and then all the maintenance areas of the college. So again, these are all the different initiatives in a couple buckets that have been underway at the college. So lots happening, and this was all happening in silos, I think. And the great thing about the work that is being undertaken under Laura's direction is bringing focus to that in a more coordinated college-wide effort.
Thank you so much. I think we are running out of time. Just before we go, one quick question. Have you tried to do Sully test with your students? And if you have done, what has been your experience? We at Voxen are thinking about this. We wanted to know your experience in this. And would you advise our students to go through it to understand where we are in that journey? Just a quick word from both of you or any of you on this.
Yeah, no, that's a great question. And we've looked into the SULI test but we haven't committed to it yet. We're looking at other ways of potentially measuring our students, attitudes and values and awareness around sustainability. And I think the SULI test is a great tool and it offers a lot of advantages, but we're just not sure it's the best fit for us. So we're still kind of pursuing what exactly that would look like.
Okay.
And I think the bigger question that we're trying to figure out is we teach sustainability, and so we can talk about it in our classes. But the big question that I don't think I've answered is, what do I want my students to do with it once I teach them about it, and how are they going to take it forward? So I think that's a bigger question for me is if these are our future leaders, then what are other than making them aware of it, what do we expect them to do with it when they get into the working world? So I don't know how you test for that.
Thank you, and we are so much out of time. I thank both of you for joining us and illuminating us with your knowledge, with your journey. We also at Watson have started with solar initiatives, water recycling, and several other initiatives. But as you said, you are implementing sustainability initiatives for quite some time, and we hope to learn from you as we move along. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to see you in a future discussion very soon. Thank you so much.
Thanks for inviting us. Thank you.